Let's dive into a question that sparked countless debates. Which came first, the crazy or the stupid? This playful yet provocative question featured by ABC News isn't just about assigning blame. It's about understanding the dynamics between men and women and why misunderstandings seem to repeat themselves. Today, we'll explore both sides of the argument, the cycle that keeps it going, and what it really takes to break free from it. So let's set the stage for a journey into the heart of relationship dynamics. One side, women argue that their so-called craziness is a reaction to the stupidity of men. On the other, men claim they can't act smart around women who are, in their words, out of their freaking mind. These perspectives highlight a classic standoff, where each side feels pushed to their limits by the other. But is it really that simple, or is there more to the story than just pointing fingers? Let's look deeper into how these arguments shape our understanding of blame and accountability. The heart of this debate are the stakes: blame, accountability, and the ongoing tug-of-war between genders. Each side wants to be understood, but often the conversation turns into a blame game. This isn't just about who's right or wrong, it's about how we assign responsibility for misunderstandings and emotional reactions. The cycle of blame can be exhausting, and it rarely leads to real solutions. So how did we get here? Let's explore the cycle that keeps this debate alive. Think of the crazy, stupid debate like a chemistry experiment. One action triggers a reaction, which then sparks another action, and so on. Stupid behavior leads to crazy responses, which in turn cause even more stupid actions. This self-perpetuating cycle makes it nearly impossible to pinpoint where things started or who's really to blame. Instead, both sides end up sharing responsibility, often without realizing it. Understanding this cycle is the first step toward breaking it. Truly understand the crazy, stupid cycle, we need to look at the origins of both stupidity and craziness in relationships. The authors suggest that history matters. Our behaviors don't come out of nowhere. They're shaped by past experiences, social expectations, and even childhood memories. By exploring where these patterns begin, we can start to see why the cycle is so hard to break. Let's start by looking at the roots of so-called male stupidity. Utter male cluelessness, the authors argue, often starts on the playground. Early childhood experiences, like those awkward first encounters with girls, set the stage for how men interact with women later in life. Boys might feel a mix of curiosity and embarrassment, but social pressures and fear of ridicule keep them from expressing their feelings openly. These early moments create patterns that can last well into adulthood, shaping how men respond in relationships. Remember those first moments on the playground? For many boys, meeting girls brought a warm and gushy funny feeling, equal parts excitement and confusion. But instead of encouragement, they often faced teasing from friends or warnings about cooties. This made it tough to be honest about their feelings, and many learned to hide or downplay their emotions. These early lessons can have a lasting impact, influencing how men communicate and connect with women as adults. Social constraints play a huge role in shaping behavior. Boys quickly learn that showing too much emotion or interest in girls can lead to ridicule from their peers. The fear of being laughed at or labeled as uncool often outweighs the desire to be genuine. Over time, this pressure builds habits of emotional distance and confusion, which can later be mistaken for stupidity in adult relationships. These patterns are hard to break, but understanding them is the first step. Awkwardness and emotional restraint learned in childhood don't just disappear. Instead, they become ingrained patterns that shape how men interact with women throughout their lives. Misunderstandings, mixed signals, and missed opportunities for connection often stem from these early experiences. Recognizing these patterns can help both men and women understand each other better, and maybe even break the cycle of crazy and stupid. It's tempting to point fingers and assign blame, but the authors warn that there's plenty to go around. Both men and women contribute to the cycle, often without realizing it. Instead of focusing on who started it, the real challenge is to understand how each person's actions and reactions keep the cycle going. By sharing responsibility, we open the door to more honest conversations and healthier relationships. Breaking the cycle isn't about picking a side, it's about reflecting on how our own behaviors have evolved over time. Both men and women need to look at their patterns, where they come from, how they're reinforced, and what keeps them going. This kind of self-reflection can be uncomfortable, but it's essential for real change. Only by understanding ourselves can we hope to understand each other. Path to reconciliation starts with recognizing that both sides contribute to the problem. It's not about keeping score or proving who's more at fault. Instead, it's about acknowledging the ways we all play a part in the cycle. When both men and women take responsibility for their actions, it becomes possible to move forward together and build stronger, more supportive relationships. While the excerpt doesn't cover every solution, the authors promise practical ways for both sexes to manage their impulses and reactions. Their approach blends humor with genuine insight, making the advice both accessible and effective. The goal is to help couples break the cycle, communicate better, and build healthier, happier relationships. Let's look at what this resolution might involve. Healthier relationship isn't about avoiding conflict or pretending problems don't exist. It's about learning to manage impulses, communicate openly, and support each other through misunderstandings. The authors offer grounded guidance for couples who want to break free from old patterns and create new, more positive dynamics. With effort and understanding, it's possible to move beyond the crazy, stupid cycle. One of the strengths of the author's approach is their use of humor. By laughing at ourselves and our shared struggles, we can take some of the sting out of these difficult conversations. Humor helps us see that we're all human and that making mistakes is part of the process. Combined with genuine insight, this approach makes it easier to talk about tough topics and find common ground.